So investing in money is great, but tracking it even more important to really see long-term how your finances and your net worth, more importantly, is actually developing. And I've been doing it for a number of years now, tracking every single month my income, spendings, investments, any loans that I have to really have a holistic picture of my personal finances and being able to see my net worth growing over time. And I think that's absolutely key to do this on a monthly basis. However, in the beginning when I started this process was pretty straightforward. I had a simple Excel sheet, I had one line of income and then a couple of expenses, and that was it, right? But then later on, as I started investing in different things, more and more things came on board. I had different income sources, my expenses grew, and it just got messier and messier. I still kept on doing the sheet, which I'm going to share with you in this video, totally free of charge. But the thing is, every first of the month, it got longer and longer and took me more and more time. And that's when I realized, why don't I combine this sheet with the power of AI to make my life easier, and hopefully, if you're watching this and trying it out, yours just as well. Because let's be honest, on the first of every month, we all have many things to do, right? There's bills to pay, there's things to do. It's usually a busy day, and I like to really do it on the first of the month so I have a clear snapshot of the previous month and know where I'm standing so I can focus on the coming months going forward. So I really don't want this to drag out hours and hours, which honestly at some stage it really did sometimes, 2-3 hours to pull in all the different brokers that I had, the bank statements, my income from different sources. So it really became this big chore, which I was not looking forward to anymore, right? I wanted to see the final result for the month, but to get there, it really took me a while. And once it becomes a dreadful task that you have to do, guess what? You end up pushing it and pushing it. Eventually, you may completely stop it, which would be the worst thing for you to do. I started off with the old Excel sheet back in the days. Now it's been well over 10 years that I have done this every single month. And well, I moved eventually from Excel to Google Sheets, so there was an improvement. And obviously I went through many iterations over the times, and I actually most recently have done a major update to it. I already previously shared my template with you. Now I've recently made some really nice changes. Hopefully you'll like them in case you used the sheet in the past, or if you never used it, I think it will provide a lot of value to you. And why I like the sheet, I'm sure there are some great apps out there, or you could build it in Notion and over-engineer things. But again, I like simplicity. First of all, I don't want to pay for this tool, right? I don't think I need to pay for this, yet another subscription. I already have so many, so I don't want to end up paying for yet another one. And it works, right? I have so much history already in there. And even if I was starting new, I would probably still go back to it. And the cool thing is now with AI, it can actually read it natively and can work with it. And that for me is the important part, to automate as much as possible. So for me, it's universal. Doesn't matter which ecosystem I'm using, from Windows, Mac, whatever it is, you can always use a Google Sheet, right? Really easy to do, free of charge. And that's why I like it and why I keep on using it. And if you've been watching my videos before, you know that I do a monthly portfolio update where I go through my various brokers and investments, and they've been really growing over times, right? I have many different brokers. I have P2P platforms. I used to have more crypto as well, real estate, so many different things flying around, and bringing this all into one sheet is actually not that easy. Now I have a portfolio tracker to track my brokers, but again, then it's missing other parts, my cash in there, my income, my expenses, right? So I don't have one way to have a full financial picture, and that's what the sheet is for. And the cool thing is now I integrate more and more into the sheet. Now it doesn't integrate directly into the sheet. Instead, what I do is connect my brokers. These are some of the ones I mostly use. In fact, right now I use 3 of them: eToro, Trading212, and Interactive Brokers. And I connected them to my AI of choice, which right now is basically between ChatGPT Codex or Claude Code. I use them both in tandem, and I set it up in such a way that both of them have access to the same files, same knowledge, same skills. So I can use whichever has the latest and greatest model. And the cool thing is those 3 brokers, they have API access, means I can connect my Claude or again Codex, ChatGPT to those brokers. Read only, very important. They cannot execute trades. At least that's what I set it. I made actually a whole video about this before where I showed you how you can set it up. Very simple to do. And once it's connected, I can chat with my portfolio. I can ask it any questions. But more importantly also, I can now say basically to my AI, import those numbers at the end of the month into the sheet and log them in, right? Because portfolio values fluctuate. That's normal, right? They go up and down in value. But I want to have, again, a snapshot, right? So every single month I have a snapshot of how much my portfolio was worth at that given moment. And that's so powerful, especially when you go back a couple of years to see where you came from. It's so rewarding to see the journey, how your portfolio has grown. Really, really nice. And honestly, one of the reasons why I do that, to see my net worth grow over time so clearly all in one place. In case you can't connect it or use a broker that doesn't have an API or MCP access, totally fine. You could also just go in the broker export the statement and then import it into, again, your AI of choice, and then ask it to enter it into the sheet directly. Or of course, at this point, you can just take the total balance of your portfolio. Let's say your broker is with, I don't know, XTB or Trade Republic or many other brokers out there, and you don't want to connect it to AI. You could, of course, just open it up, take the total portfolio value, and then go into the sheet. I'm going to show you in a second where it is, and just enter the number over there. Or of course, if you wanted to, you could also take a screenshot, which is something I used to do for my bank statements, which didn't have a native connectivity into my AI of choice. That's why I used sometimes some screenshots. So really up to you, different ways how you can import the data, of course. And again, a reminder, always have it on read data, not to move the data. Very important, right? Sometimes when you set up an API or MCP, you have the options to execute trades or move money around. I only usually give access to read all the files and so on. So it can pull the information, but I can't really do anything with it in the account. That's just another safety measure in case, something gets compromised, somebody gets access to your API keys. You don't want them to be able to move your funds around. Very important. So essentially, once you get my sheet, you can basically point your AI to that sheet and tell it to start using it and filling it accordingly, right? The first time it's new, it doesn't know where all the cells are. So it may take a moment to navigate around the sheet. But once it knows it, you can save it as a skill, the month-end clothing or financial master sheet, whatever you want to call it. And then it will be logging it in as a skill. That's how I have it set up. That's why I can use it with both Claude and ChatGPT. That's really platform agnostic, which I always recommend. You don't be only logged into one provider. And then, for example, you can just take a picture of this image here or a screenshot and then just use a prompt like this to ask it to read a file and start filling it with your content. So now it has the file, it has the content from you, and it can start filling it on your behalf, which is really powerful. The first time you see it, I couldn't believe it when it started getting to work. So again, the first time it will basically understand the demo source data, where everything is located, and then it will fill it accordingly and map it. So in the future, it will be much faster. The first time it may take a little bit longer, but once you have it in the place, let it be there and let the AI manage it wherever you save it and so forth. It will do it on your behalf. Really, really incredible. Even things like creator KPIs, right? I come to this in a moment when I actually show you the sheet. I use that as well to track my own KPIs. Really, really powerful. Not just my numbers, but also important metrics that matter to me. And once you set up all this, and the first time, it might take you a little bit longer, right? But once you have it set up, this next step is absolutely where the magic happens. And I only started this a few months ago, but now I made this a recurring task, not just on my to-do list. In the past, what happened on Things 3, which is my task manager of choice, there was the pop-up, close your month-end closing, right? And then I saw this, I said, oh my God, in addition to all the other tasks for the day, I had to do this. Great. Well, then I had to go into my AI and ask it all the question, close the thing, open the documents, download it, overload it, the whole spiel, right? So it was fast in doing it manually, but still a little bit cumbersome. So now instead what I did is, you can do this in both Claude and ChatGPT, set up a scheduled task. So here, every first of the month in the morning, basically, it auto runs a task, which I call monthly finance tracker update or month-end closing, however you want to call it. And it will start basically pulling everything it can from your various sources. So in my case, basically it will open the sheet already in the browser and start filling it from the brokers that I have connected. Also the KPIs, in my case, YouTube subscribers, email subscribers, it has access to all of them via API. So it can already pre-fill literally half the document. So in the morning, when I drink my morning coffee and open my computer, I already have half the month closed, seeing also revenue. It pulls it from my Stripe account, which I connected via API. So I have all my different income sources already, most of them filled. So really most of the job is already done, which is really, really awesome. And it just removes the friction, right? Because if it's already in front of your face, auto open, half filled, you're gonna finish the rest. While if you have to manually do all these things and get started, often you'll skip it. So that's really, really powerful. And in case you don't know how to set it up, again, take a screenshot of this, pop it into your AI of choice and ask it to replicate something similar. But of course, as always, automation only prepares. Ultimately, you want to approve these things, right? So I always go through one more time, does it all make sense? In the beginning, when the models were not as advanced, often there was a lot of mistakes. These days, with the models we're already having, honestly, 99.9% of the time, it actually is everything correct. I'm really impressed with how the models have been developing. It develops really fast these days, right? It's hard to keep up, but they're really making progress. And now, honestly, it does it much better than if I had to do it manually. It's not only faster, but in many cases also more accurate, rather than me punching in all those numbers. And the beauty of all this is, again, to see the progression and compound growth, hopefully you see that, over time of your net worth, your income, all these different things, the KPIs over time, right? That's why we do it on a monthly basis to measure Also, if something went wrong, right? Did we overspend in a certain month? Okay, why? Where? How can we fix it? But also to see, how my investments went over the years, how all the other things developed. So I think that's really, really powerful to have that long time horizon, look into the mirror, but also plan the future accordingly. So here another prompt that you can actually use to screenshot and pop it into your AI of choice and basically ask it to follow that accordingly. And maybe ask it some clarifying questions. It will actually ask you many ways, where's the file, what should I do, etc. Just answer those and it will get to work. Right, but let's pop over into the net worth and budget tracker that I'm going to share with you totally free of charge. And I just want to show you some of the changes that are made to it. The first thing you want to be doing is, because everybody will arrive on this template over here, go to file over here and then click on make a copy, and then you just copy it into your own drive, give it a name, and from there you can edit it how you wish. In here you can't edit because there's a template shared with everybody. If everybody start editing it, it wouldn't work, right? So make a copy to your own drive and then you can start using it. And then a really cool thing I'm very happy with, I changed the currency, because previously it was only one currency and it couldn't change. So here, depending where you are in the world, just click the drop down and you can change to many popular currencies out there and it will translate across all the various tabs. So really, really nice. Well, then we start over here on the dashboard snapshot of your current performance for a given year, which is really, really nice to see the income for the year, the spend this year, save this year, average saving rate, which a lot of people don't know, is a good percentage to know how much of your income are you actually saving on average, your net worth now, as well as the net worth change over time. Here you could also change the years if you have already a couple of years of history in there, and you see a bit of graphical display over here where you're spending the main categories, and then overview, that's year over year. That's also a really nice thing that I added. Now you have it until end of 2030, so you can really start tracking over the years, because previously it was only net worth tracker for 1 year, and then I always had different tabs for every year, and it was a bit hard to compare how my net worth was developing across the different years. So here you have it on one overview. And of course, if we come to the end of 2030 and you want to add more years, well, guess what? You can just ask AI to add more tabs and include those into this overview, and it will do just that. Or you might also want to populate your previous years into it. Equally, same procedure, ask AI to populate the previous ones, and it will add some more tabs over here with your already existing data, and it will make it work accordingly. So really, really cool overview. And then, well, on a monthly basis, you would go into the budget 2026 and start filling this out. And again, that's what I said in the past, I did manually. I would come in here and basically start filling my salary, punch it in there, my side hustle income, my rental income, whatever. These are just fictitious numbers, right? You should make those your own. Maybe some of it doesn't apply to you. If you don't have rental income, you could just right click and remove it, tweak it how you want, right? So it really has to make sense for you. And then you see your total income. Maybe it's just one line, that's totally fine. But it's important to track it, because if you want to calculate your saving percentage, you need to know how much you earn first. And importantly, I don't see your number, right? Once you made a copy to your own drive, it's really only your file. Nobody else can see it. And then you want to go through the expenses. And that's something is not fully automated for me yet. I hope one day my bank has API access also, so that my AI has read-only access to it. Right now, what I do on the first of every month, I go into my bank of choice and do an export of my spendings. And then I take those statements, give them to AI, ask it to go through, categorize them, and then add those categories into here. So it does it really well. And the cool thing is actually, because I track everything in dollars, but then my Revolut is spent in euros also. So then I ask it to also use the latest exchange rate. So everything is in dollars basically. And again, sometimes you have 2-3 different bank accounts, as well as debit cards or credit cards that you used, right? And the cool thing is AI can put them all together. And for example, I used 3 different cards from different banks, spending for restaurants. Well, then restaurants would have 3 different numbers. And the cool thing once again is AI can actually smartly put them all together. And what I ask it actually myself in my own sheet, you can basically right click over here and insert a note, and it will just say, whatever, it will describe it, and then boom, you can see if I hover over it, I can have a note. And you can ask your AI if you wanted to, some like it, some don't. So I didn't make a default, it's up to you, to add notes to all of them. So we'll basically now have the breakdown. I spent, with this card, 300 euros on the restaurant X and 200 euros on restaurant Y. In total, it's 500 euros. That's just another nice hack to make it even more insightful when you later on review it. So check your bank, ask AI if the bank you use has API or MCP access. That will be the easiest way, because then pretty much most of it can be already done by AI. You literally just review. And if you don't have it, then again, either take screenshots, or of course, worst case, you can do it manually, or export the statements and then ask AI to import it accordingly. Then you have a total saved, then you have a total spend, and your saving rates over here. Nice little trend indicator as well. So that's a really straightforward sheet. And then we come to the net worth tracker, which is equally important, if not more, right? And that's where you track your various holdings. for example, cash in banks, right? So you may have 1, 2, 3 different banks, whatever it is. Just take the final cash balance at the first of the month and put it over here. Again, if your bank is connected, even better, then you can skip this step because it would be already part of the scheduled task on the first that AI is pulling automatically and entering it over here, which for my banks right now don't work, but for my investments, it actually is already all pre-populated, which is really cool. If you do have real estate, obviously it doesn't fluctuate on a monthly basis, right? So what I usually do is every 6 months or so, I go on the real estate page and check for similar properties around and kind of take a more conservative estimate of what I think the property could roughly be worth at the time. I rather understate it than overstate it, but it's up to you. And then I kind of keep it flat value for 6 months. And then again, I would do it another 6 months and maybe it increased a bit or decreased a bit. And then I would just keep it here for the next 6 months. So that's how I do it. But it's up to you, but I think it's important to track that here as well. And maybe you also have some business assets that you have. Maybe you invested something into your business or some trademarks or whatever, some valuation in your business. You could also track that here. If you don't, you could delete it. You see your total assets. And then that's something a lot of people forget. Your liabilities, your loans, your mortgages, credit cards, that should all be tracked as well. Because your assets, if you bought a house for €500,000, let's say, you don't own €500,000 worth of assets because in most cases you probably financed it and you have at least, I would imagine, a 50% mortgage on it, right? So in fact, you may have only down payment of 50%, probably even less, but let's assume for easy math, 50%, that's 250,000, right? So you would have in the property value, you could put, for example, in assets, the real estate, let it be worth $500,000, fine, but then your mortgage would also be 250,000, which only means your equity, the total net worth from the house would only be 250,000, not 500,000. So that's a very important point. It's assets minus liability that gives you your total net worth. So this is the number you want to be looking after. And well, then you see over here a few more tabs for the coming year. So for now, you don't need to pay attention to this. More importantly is the last tab, My Metrics. These are the KPIs that I'm tracking. Again, here it's totally up to you what you want to be tracking. For me, it's YouTube subscribers for while I lost more weight. It could be email subscribers, times you went to the gym in a month, whatever it is, right? It's really up to you. It's just another tracker that you can use. Honestly, this is probably my favorite slide out of all of them that I can see. Again, I, for myself, also added previous years. As I said, since I've done it over 10 years now, I can really see how far I've came, how year after year my net worth has been increasing. And that's really, really rewarding. So even if you have a couple of bad months, right, my portfolio is going down, I zoom out and see the long-term trajectory and see that the things are definitely working out. So if you want to check it out for yourself and also start using my free net worth and budget tracker, then feel free to scan the QR code on the screen, or I'll also leave a link down in the description below. Open it up, just enter your email address and I'll shoot your email with a link to the sheet and you can start using it, again, totally free of charge. And I think it really can help you be on top of your finances and investments and have a better picture of how things are going and how your financial health is overall. As the saying goes, if you can't measure it, you can't manage it. And best of all, if you use it with AI the way I do it and shown you in this video, it will literally take you less than 30 minutes every single month. But long term, trust me, it will be time and effort well invested. All right, friends, there you have it. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, give it a like, subscribe to the channel, helps out a lot. Next up, check out this video over here. As always, thanks for watching. Stay healthy, get wealthy. I'll see you in the next one. Ciao.